Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to physics class. Today, I would like to present the topics which are A. Subtraction of vectors, B. Parallelogram method of vector addition, and C. Is related numerical. In last class, you had learned how can add vectors each other by using the triangle method. Today class, at first, you are going to study about how can subtract vectors by using the same method. You should note this point. Subtraction of vectors is defined in terms of addition of vectors. Let us consider two vectors, vector A and vector B, which are represented in given figure. Vector minus b is also shown in the given figure. You can say that vector minus b, whose direction is opposite to the direction of vector b, but its magnitude is similar to the vector b. The difference of two vectors, vector A and vector B, can be defined as the sum of two vectors, vector A and vector minus B, whose mathematical expression is given as vector A minus vector B is equal to vector A plus vector minus B. How can find the result of summation of two vectors, vector A and vector minus B, which is similar to the difference of vector A and vector B by using the triangle method, which is shown in given figure. The vector minus b is added to vector A to get the resultant vector R2, which is equal to vector A minus vector B. The vector R1, which is the resultant vector of summation of two vectors, vector A and vector B, is also shown in the same figure for comparing it with the resultant vector R2. Next topic is parallelogram method of vector addition. One important noticeable point is that the parallelogram method, which is equivalent to triangle method, is also used to find the sum of two vectors. Consider the two vectors, vector A and vector B, which are shown in given figure. To add these two vectors, you have to bring the tails to a common point O, which is shown in the similar figure. As shown in given figure, you have to draw a line from the head of the vector A, which is parallel to the vector B, and another line from the head of the vector B parallel to vector A to complete a parallelogram OQSP. Now you join the point of the intersection of these two lines to the origin O. The resultant vector R is directed from the common point O along the diagonal OS of the parallelogram as shown in the similar figure. When you use the triangle method to find the sum of two vectors, vector A and vector B, you will get the same result, which is understandable by comparing two figures 2 and 3, and you can see that the two figures are similar. That is, the resultant vectors are the same by using the two methods. First one is the triangle method and second one is the parallelogram method of the vector addition, which means that the two methods yield the same result. Thus, the two methods are equivalent. Can you answer this question? Describe about parallelogram method for addition of vectors. The method of adding vectors by parallelogram method is given by first point is touching the tail of the two vectors. Second point is complete a parallelogram by drawing lines from the heads of the two vectors. And third point is vector resulting from the origin to the point of intersection of above lines gives this addition. In this session, let me discuss on some numerical. Question 1. Rain is falling vertically with a speed of 35 meter per second. Wind starts blowing after some time with a speed of 12 meter per second in east to west direction. In which direction should a boy waiting at a bus stop hold his umbrella? See the solution of the given problem. The velocity of the rain and wind are represented by the vectors vector Vr and vector Vw, which are shown in given figure, and their directions are already specified by the given problem. So we have represent their direction in the given figure. Using the rule of vector addition, we see that the resultant vector of vector Vr and vector Vw is vector r as shown in the given figure. Here I already mentioned one vector addition rule which can be triangular method. Then to find the magnitude of the resultant vector r, we have to use Pythagoras theorem, according to which hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus altitude square. Then you can construct a right triangle whose base is represented by the magnitude of vector Vw, altitude is represented by magnitude of vector Vr, and hypotenuse is represented by the magnitude of the resultant vector r. Then the magnitude of the resultant vector r, which is equal to square root of altitude square plus base square, which is equal to square root of Vr square plus Vw square. By substituting the values of Vr and Vw, you will get it will be equal to 37 meter per second. Then what should be the direction theta that direction of the resultant vector r makes with the vertical, which is found by the knowledge of trigonometry. What is trigonometry? It is a part of mathematics which deals with the relationship between magnitudes of lengths of sides of a right triangle and an angle between longest side and any one of other two sides. One of important trigonometrical function is tan. Tan theta is calculated by the ratio of opposite side to adjacent side of a right triangle. Here tan theta is equal to ratio of magnitude of vector Vw, which is opposite side, to magnitude of vector Vr, which is adjacent side. Then it will be equal to 0.343. Then theta is equal to tan inverse 0.343, which is approximately equal to 19 degree. You can get the value of theta by using a table which is called Clark's table. Here, the boy should hold his umbrella in the vertical plane at an angle of about 19 degrees with the vertical towards the east direction. Second question is, three girls skating on a circular ice ground of radius 200 meter start from a point P on the edge of the ground and reach a point Q diametrically opposite to P following different paths as shown in figure. What is the magnitude of the displacement vector for each? For which girl is this equal to the actual length of path skate? What should be its solution? You know that the distance between initial and final position of a moving particle is called its displacement. Here, all the three girls reach from the point P to the point Q. Then, the diameter of the ground is the magnitude of displacement. Given that radius of the circular path is equal to 200 meter, then diameter is equal to 2 into radius is equal to 2 into 200 meter, which is equal to 400 meter. Hence, the magnitude of displacement is 400 meter for each girl. This magnitude is equal to the path skated by the girl B, as she has moved in specified direction to reach the point Q. Then, for girl B, her actual path length is equal to her displacement. Then, average velocity is equal to net displacement divided by total time taken. As the displacement is 0, then the average velocity is also equal to 0. And third one is average speed. Average speed is calculated by total path length divided by total time taken. Here, total path length is equal to OP plus PQ plus QO. Here, OP as 1 kilometer, QO as 1 kilometer and PQ as 1 by 4 of circumference of the circular path. You know that circumference of a circular path is calculated by the formula which is 2 pi r, where r be the radius of the circular path. Then by substituting these values we get the total path length is equal to 3.570 kilometer. Here, time taken is equal to 10 minutes, which is equal to 10 divided by 60 is equal to 1 by 6 hour. So, average speed is equal to total path length divided by total time taken is equal to 3.570 kilometer by 1 by 6 hour, which is equal to 21.42 kilometer per hour. Dear students, today's homework questions are given in this slide. Please, you have to work out these question answers by today itself. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.